Caitlin Clark has influenced women's basketball to the next level. Setting fire to the court, she has turned heads, raised eyebrows, and opened jaws with her stunning performance. However, success does not come easy. And fame too, with it. Well, Caitlin Clark's story is bound to make you gasp in wonder and awe. But before we hit the main story, click that like and subscribe button for more interesting videos. Caitlin Clark's story has been nothing short of remarkable since the beginning. And that definitely shows in her electric style, deep three-pointers, incredible court vision, and fearlessness under pressure. Her first step onto the court gains everyone's attention. However, Caitlin Clark must be used to all this by now because she has been the type of kid who impresses everyone since she was 5. Born on January 22, 2002, Caitlin's love for basketball began when she was just 5. And that is not meaningless. After all, she was the youngest of 3 siblings in a family that loved sports. Her parents, Brent and Ann Clark, were athletes in their own right. Brent played college baseball and football, while Ann excelled in volleyball. With 2 older brothers, Blake and Colin, who were always up to something competitive, Caitlin almost immediately drew herself into the world of sports. It was not only her athletic parents, but her maternal grandfather, Bob Nizzi, was the football coach at Dowling Catholic High School. Her cousin Audrey Faber played college basketball for Creighton, and her uncles Tom Faber and Mike Nizzi also had college sports careers. So, born with a sports background, she was attracted to games. And it was in a basketball game at Boys League in Waukee that she stood up to a bully on the court and made it clear that she wasn't the one to mess with. It was when her parents were sure she's going to be really something. Nizzi retold the story in a telephonic interview. They were playing, and there was a particularly large young man and rather aggressive that was about to position and strength Caitlin, and sometimes to the point where he was really taking advantage of the little girl, Nizzi said. And she would cry at any thought that she had been fouled or not allowed to participate the way that she thought she should. However, when Caitlin returned to the game after crying, she never went to the ball to participate in the game that was going on, Nizzi said. She went right to this guy and put on the best downfield block I've ever seen. She rolled this kid out of bounds and stood over him. The thing that impressed all of them was that she was just a 5-year-old girl, and although her opponent was much more extensive and familiar with the game, it did not make any difference to Caitlin. Her passion for a just and successful game was undeniable. In one of her interviews, Caitlin Clark tells about how she was trained from the beginning. "I was taught from a very young age just to block out the noise, always dream big, and believe I can do anything I want to do. What's impressive about the women's basketball court is that we bring out all in the courts. We bring that emotion, we get that fire. That's how I have always played the game. And I think that's what makes it so fun." It wasn't just her early start that made Caitlin different. It was her unrelenting drive.
I was taught from a very young age to just block out the noise and always dream big and believe that I can do anything I want to do. My name's Caitlin Clark, and I'm a point guard. What's amazing about women's basketball is that we bring it all to the court. We bring that emotion, we bring that fire. That's how I've always played the game, and I think that's what makes it so fun.
By the time Caitlin reached middle school, she was already turning heads. She joined the AAU, Amateur Athletic Union basketball circuit there, where she played against some of the most challenging athletes in the country. This was where her talent was put to the test and her skills really began to shine. She wasn't just there to participate. She was there to win. According to her mother, Caitlin was wired special, which was marvelous to see. Sometimes there are exceptional athletes that God has created, and God coaches them. And Caitlin Clark is one of those, her grandfather said. By the time she was a senior at West Des Moines Dowling Catholic, she was considered one of the best. Even as a freshman, she had a significant impact, and her basketball IQ separated her from the rest. She had the type of playmaking that coaches dream of. If you ask about her performance, you would be surprised that she started 23 out of 24 games at Dowling as a freshman and made an average of 15.9 points, 4.7 assists, 3.3 rebounds, and 2 steals per game. Pretty cool. And this is nothing for Caitlin Clark. After her freshman season, Clark was chosen to play for the U16 USA national team in Argentina for Women's America Championship. And you know what? they beat Canada 91-46 in the game.
I was once that little Iowa girl who was inspired to dream big, real big. And that dream was more than women's basketball. It was possibility that I turned into reality. I'm still that girl from Iowa, but now it's my turn to inspire. If I can drop 40, you can drop 50. If we can draw 56,000 fans, you can draw 57. If I can sign with Gatorade, you can too.
During her time at Dowling, Caitlin racked up accolades. She became a 3-time Iowa Gatorade Player of the Year, was named a McDonald's All-American, and led her team to several state tournament appearances. But perhaps what was most impressive out of her game was her consistency. Game after game, Caitlin put on a show, whether it was scoring 40 points in a single match or dishing out 10 assists. She had a style about her that made people want to watch her play. When she decided on college, she planned to stay home and committed to playing for the University of Iowa. From the moment she stepped on the court for the Iowa Hawkeyes, it was clear that she wasn't just a good player, she was a game changer. By the time she reached her sophomore year, Caitlin continued to dominate, leading Iowa to the Big Ten championship and earning first-team All-American honors. Now, being a part of the WNBA, she has become the face of women's basketball, putting up jaw-dropping performances that had fans and analysts calling her one of the best players in the game. Her parents have done a great job with her of recognizing that gift and that ability, and at the same time, they've molded that into a young lady that not only enjoys passionately playing the game, but she has also given so many other people enjoyment and shown what it really feels like to be an athlete, Clark's grandfather commented. She communicates that to the crowd and the people. She enjoys what she does to the point that other people bring in that celebration. However, her style, practice, and sportsman spirit make people wonder. It's all about healthy competitiveness, work ethic, determination, and persistence that has gained everyone's attention. Even Stephen Curry, the basketball king, had to appraise her performance. You can't help but watch where she is shooting from, the range, confidence, and the flair. She is a performer, the NBA star said. It's crazy though, because her shot is like that and at that level. But if you really watch her floor game, it is just as impressive. She's got the total package, her being on the fringe of breaking that record, the amount of attention she has gained over these last couple of years, and every building she goes into has a different energy. It's great for her and great for women's basketball. However, her effect was undeniable even in her recent years of joining the Hawkeyes. In her very early public comments about Clark, Bluder said that Caitlin was a premier guard with an incredible offensive skill set. According to her, Caitlin could score at will while also having the talent of being an uncanny passer. In short, Caitlin is the picture of perfection on the basketball court.
Caitlin Clark can go up against anybody in the country.
She's the most exciting player in college basketball right now.
Are you kidding me? Caitlin Clark!
It look like everybody on that court is way slower than her.
Although other teams, other players, and even team members get jealous and offended by Caitlin Clark's popularity, Caitlin Clark is not moved by their perspectives. Nor does she even consider them a hurdle or a mild obstacle. When Angel Reese got upset with Caitlin Clark or Hailey Van Lith, and Clark got into a fight in court, such incidents never set off Caitlin Clark. Caitlin says that she has played with her elder brothers all her life. Rough games are not new to her, and she knows how to handle them. And even when things seem upsetting, she also reminds herself that she has faced losses in her past. But it's not about giving up. She is lucky to be in a position others would love to enjoy. And so this is true. Working for advertisements, making money on all fours, having fans worldwide, and booming games. Recently, Caitlin Clark was announced as the WNBA's Rookie of the Year. Playing for Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark does not seem fazed, but is determined to goal higher and better than before. Despite hard times, things are clear and stand before us all. Caitlin Clark is a rare jewel. She is a role model for many young players and has attracted more fans to the stadiums than ever. Even Charles Barkley acknowledged the fact when he said, "She brings all the money and invisibility into the NBA." And according to Caitlin Clark, All you've got to do is believe and work your butt off to get there. And so you do. So, it is not difficult to conclude that Caitlin Clark is a shining star who isn't going to burn out anytime soon. Her lifestyle, records, and passion align in perfect pattern, and nothing has the potential to bring her down. What are your thoughts regarding it? Feel free to share your views in the comment section below. See you in the upcoming video.